Sadhguru once said, "If you want to live life the way you want, you must know who you are." However, the problem is you truly don't know who you are. You are not this body. Your body is merely an accumulation of food. And your mind is not you either. It is just an accumulation of information from your five senses. The things you accumulate may be yours, but they will never be you. So, who are you truly? Sadhguru is an enlightened master, a yogi, a mystic, and one of the 50 most influential people in India. Through his renowned book, Innerengineering, he offers the answers and helps you explore your maximum potential. This book tells us that to truly know who you are, you must allow yourself to step into a higher dimension, to look deeply into your own nature, transcending the layers of the physical body, the mind, and external influences. Only by understanding your true essence can you design and master your life's destiny, rather than letting it be controlled by external factors. Sadhguru is not just an author. He is also known as a visionary and an influential speaker at major international forums such as the United Nations and the World Economic Forum. He possesses a unique ability to connect ancient yogic science with modern thinking, building a bridge to higher dimensions of life. Innerengineering is a prime example of this. It's part of the Innerengineering program he designed based on the methods and tools of ancient yogic science. The philosophies and methods within are not tied to any belief system, but are a means to empower each of us to transform ourselves profoundly. They have been time-tested and have had a deep and far-reaching impact globally. Let's now explore the essence of this profound work, Innerengineering, by the enlightened master Sadhguru. 3 steps to designing your destiny through Innerengineering. Designing your destiny is a phrase that might seem reserved for extraordinary individuals, but in reality, it is an innate power within each of us, ordinary people. However, many choose to live like leaves adrift on the currents of life, swept along by societal norms. When they fail, they readily blame fate. This blame is merely a temporary anesthetic, keeping us perpetually stuck in a vortex of helplessness. Some more conscious individuals believe that we become what we think. They write virtual checks, send wish lists to the universe, and repeat affirmations of gratitude. But are they truly creating their lives or merely chasing endless desires cloaked in spirituality? Sadhguru once warned, "The longing for success is not the problem, but if it stems from a sense of incompleteness, you will forever be a slave to your own desires." You may be unconsciously choosing the direction of your life. Deep-seated habits, momentary emotions, societal pressure, or past thought patterns are silently influencing your every decision. Look back at each day. You brush your teeth and wash your face unconsciously, work like a machine, eat with your eyes glued to electronic devices, and drive with your mind lost in the chaotic haze of past and future. Living unconsciously is no different than letting life slip through your fingers like sand. Sadhguru states that to control your life and master your destiny, you must be able to take responsibility for your life. Responsibility here is not about blaming or accepting everything no matter the outcome. Instead, it means consciously living, being aware of and observing unconscious actions driven by instinct or habit, and identifying yourself with your body and mind. When you live with this kind of responsibility, you can steadfastly move towards your ultimate nature, where there is no longer a boundary between I and the world. At that point, you are no longer a lone grain of sand in life, but become a part of the whole. Sadhguru calls this existing in a state of love. When you exist in a state of love, you are truly yourself, and your destiny is completely transformed. At this moment, you live in great joy, and what you truly wish to do will naturally manifest in your life, gently and easily. To live in this state, Sadhguru offers a tightly structured method, the Innerengineering program he designed, which comprises 3 steps. The first step is understanding yourself ***. Asterisk 1. Understanding yourself. Understanding yourself begins when you ask the question, who am I? This is the fundamental first question that allows you to embark on the path of enlightenment. However, most people consider this an unnecessary task that brings no practical benefit. Understanding who you are, first and foremost, means ceasing to identify yourself as this body and this mind. Please remember, you are not this body, you are not this mind. Our bodies and minds are actually dualistic entities. Pain and pleasure, love and hate, peace and chaos, success and failure, good and bad, and so on. If one attribute exists, the other will always follow. Dualistic division is merely a mental mechanism that helps us easily understand and categorize the world around us. However, it often leads to a distorted perception of reality. When you divide the world, you are also dividing yourself. This leads to internal conflict and gives rise to endless material desires, because you only wish to achieve what is good and strive to protect yourself from everything you perceive as bad. Dualistic division also creates boundaries between groups of people, leading to conflict, war, and suffering. It limits our perception, making us see the world only through the lens of separation, missing the inherent interconnectedness and unity of this universe. Einstein once said, "The universe is an unending flow of connections. Division is merely an illusion of the finite mind." The world and the universe are not a collection of separate parts, but a unified whole where everything is connected and interacts. To stop identifying yourself with your body and mind, you need to open your awareness and perspective, allowing yourself to connect with a dimension beyond all dualistic attributes and merge with the unified whole of the universe. At that point, you will gradually find your true power, become the master of your destiny, and be able to live as yourself, a natural being full of joy and love. The second step to designing your destiny is inner transformation. This is the step of turning inwards. The biggest trap for humans is constantly seeking joy from the external world. However, external things can only serve as catalysts to experience fleeting pleasures in life. In reality, everything originates from within you. Whatever happens to you, whether light or darkness, suffering or happiness, all of it is experienced within your inner self. If you seek happiness from the outside, it is an endless journey. But if you turn inward, just one moment can change everything. The final step in the journey of designing your destiny is mastering your body, mind, and energy. Sadhguru concludes that if you control your body, you control 15% to 20% of your life and destiny. If you control your mind, you control 50% to 60% of your life and destiny. But if you control your energy, you will control 100% of your life and destiny. In the next section, we will explore how to master these three elements: body, mind, and energy. While practicing methods to master each element, you can simultaneously refine steps 1 and 2, gaining self-awareness and continuing your inner transformation to higher dimensions. This is a unique characteristic of Sadhguru's innerengineering system. Each step is both a cause and an effect, forming an endless evolutionary spiral. Only when these three elements blend harmoniously can you truly transcend the limitations of your illusory ego to create your own life. Mastering the body, the gateway to enlightenment. The physical body is a precious gift we receive from the creation of the universe. It is a perfect, self-operating machine that doesn't require conscious intervention. Within our bodies lie the most advanced technologies, from mechanics and electronics to complex electrical circuits, surpassing all man-made machines. For example, when you eat a banana, in just a few hours, it transforms into a part of you, a miraculous process that defies conventional logic. The body is not only a perfect machine, it is also a gateway to connect with higher dimensions. It is like an antenna. If mastered correctly, it can receive the entire universe. However, humans often limit the potential of their own bodies. Within each person exist two forces: the instinct for self-preservation and the aspiration to expand infinitely. The self-preservation instinct belongs to the physical realm, helping us survive on this earth. In contrast, the aspiration for expansion belongs to the spiritual realm, guiding us beyond the limits of the physical body. These two forces do not inherently conflict, but exist on different planes. However, most of us identify ourselves with this physical body, perceiving the world only through contrasts and the five senses: sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch. For example, you feel cold when touching iron because your body temperature is higher. Thus, humans may be very adept at perceiving the external world, but often overlook what is happening internally. This prevents many from realizing or believing that there exists an energy within them that can reach infinity. They believe spiritual abilities are mysterious, enigmatic, or reserved only for enlightened masters, unrelated to their daily lives. When there is a separation between the physical and the spiritual, this tangible, perceivable body becomes mine, and I must protect it. Because of this desire to protect, we fear pain, worry about illness, and dread death before we've had a chance to enjoy life. To make the body more comfortable, we strive to earn a lot of money and chase expectations to satisfy the five senses. However, the walls you build to protect your body today often become a prison that traps you in the future. A classic example is the endless cycle of striving to earn a lot of money, hoping one day to enjoy comfort and ease. But this process often leads to stagnation of vital energy, blocked emotions, and eventually illness. Therefore, to truly master your body, you need to overcome the self-imposed limits and barriers. Stop chasing endless material possessions to satisfy and protect the body, and instead, utilize material things wisely while also stepping into the spiritual world to truly master the body, transforming it into a gateway that helps you reach limitless possibilities. Sadhguru outlines 3 specific methods. Asterisk 1. Connecting the body to its source. The body is a part of the earth. According to yogic philosophy, the physical body, Annamaya Kosha, is composed of food, and food itself is the earth. Although we often consider ourselves independent individuals, humans are actually just a small extension of this planet. To reconnect with our roots, Sadhguru advises us to regularly practice direct contact with the earth. For example, walk barefoot, sit close to the ground to help the body remember its origins, or sit silently before a tree and remind yourself that what you inhale is what the tree exhales, and what you exhale is what the tree inhales. Then, consciously recognize your body as a part of the earth and offer prayers to Mother Earth for protection and sustained health. Regularly practicing this will help you connect with nature, boost your health, activate your body's healing abilities, and begin connecting on a higher dimension. Asterisk 2. Turning inward to disidentify with the body. Disidentifying with the body does not mean retreating into solitude or practicing extreme asceticism. It simply requires starting with the smallest actions, such as dedicating a few minutes each day to focus inward. Sadhguru suggests a simple exercise. Before sleeping, observe all the things you consider: yourself, thoughts, emotions, the layers of moisturizer on your skin, etc., and realize that these things are not you. Don't rush to conclude who you are or what the truth is. Truth is not a conclusion, but an awareness that arises when you stop focusing on what is false. If you can maintain this awareness while sleeping, it will create a powerful experience, helping you move into a dimension beyond ordinary accumulations. Alternatively, there is the short Isha Kriya meditation that Sadhguru has guided on his YouTube channel. If you fully grasp the principles and philosophy of this discussion, practicing Isha Kriya daily will multiply its effectiveness. Asterisk 3. Changing posture. Body posture reflects the state of your mind and consciousness. When you are angry, happy, sad, or anxious, you adopt different postures. Conversely, consciously changing your posture can elevate your awareness. Those with higher levels of awareness often maintain an upright and balanced posture. As a yogi, Sadhguru has provided an excellent tool to train our posture and transform the body into a true connecting gateway: yoga. Many people mistakenly think yoga is merely a discipline for a healthy, flexible body. This is a misconception. Yoga is actually a tool to train your body's posture. Its movements, combined with breath and mind, help circulate and elevate your energy. The yoga Sadhguru refers to is classical yoga, a comprehensive system that includes both spiritual and energetic aspects. It does not concern itself with belief systems, but focuses on breaking down the barriers and protective walls you have built around yourself. For yoga to become a tool for transformation to higher dimensions, you need to learn and practice it in the classical way. If you haven't found a teacher, you should start with simple exercises, such as changing your sitting and standing posture. Sitting with a straight spine for a few hours each day is a simple yet extremely effective way to improve. After that, learn to listen to life by focusing on one part of your body like your breath, heartbeat, or fingertips for 11 minutes, 3 times a day, maintaining attention and body awareness even as you continue with your work. This exercise will help you shift from a vigilant state of mind to a deeper state of awareness. The final crucial step is to learn to balance the body asterisk asterisk. The physical body can be either a stepping stone or an obstacle on your path to happiness. This truly depends on your ability to balance your body. There are 3 ways to balance the body. Asterisk 1. Harmonizing the 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, and space. This is an optimal purification method for the body. Although the universe and the human body are complex, they are all just a combination of these 5 elements. Enlightened beings often view life as a cosmic game of balancing the 5 essential elements of existence. If they do not cooperate, life becomes difficult, but if they work in harmony, your life, from its most basic to its most sublime aspects, suddenly becomes full of possibilities. Sadhguru points out the Buddha Shuddai method, also known as the purification of the 5 elements, as an exercise that can help us operate harmoniously. He does not provide specific exercises in the book, but to initially improve health and change body structure, you should train by respecting and treating the 5 elements as sacred entities. Whenever you interact with them, such as breathing air, drinking water, bathing, or walking barefoot on the earth, be conscious that they bestow upon you divine capabilities. This can also help you purify your body. Asterisk 2. Synchronizing with the sun to balance yin and yang. The sun is the source of life for our planet. What you eat, drink, and breathe all contain the solar element. Only when you truly learn to absorb the sun and allow it to integrate into your system can you genuinely benefit from this process. Those who regularly practice Surya Kriya, sun salutations, are able to maintain energy for longer periods and may reduce their need for food intake. Surya Kriya helps balance and regenerate the internal structure of balance, bringing benefits to daily life. The Surya Kriya postures build an inner dimension that synchronizes the physical body's cycles with the sun's cycles, which last approximately 12.5 years. This exercise consists of 12 postures, and this is not a coincidence. This practice is not complicated. You can practice it daily. Sadhguru recommends practicing Surya Kriya when the sun has just risen. During this time, practicing will give you the sensation that the sun within you is also gradually rising, filling both your body and mind with energy. He also suggests practicing at dawn or dusk when there is a transition between day and night. There is no specific requirement for the duration of a single session, but Sadhguru advises practicing for at least 10 minutes each time to achieve the best results. The specific duration can be adjusted according to each person's health condition and needs. The final method for balancing the body is *** proper body care in basic daily activities **, such as eating, sleeping, and sexual activity. First, let's talk about eating **. In yoga, diet is highly valued because the type of food you eat directly affects the body's structure and state. What to eat, how to eat, and when to eat all have a yogic science system behind them. Our human body is like a machine that needs appropriate fuel. If you pour in the wrong fuel, the machine will not operate efficiently, and its lifespan will be shortened. Similarly, if you don't understand which foods are suitable for your body, you won't maximize its potential. Some foods make the body light and energetic, while others make it sluggish, tired, and in need of more sleep. Therefore, listen to your body. Conscious and appropriate eating can help boost energy, agility, and flexibility. So, what should you eat? Vegetarian or non-vegetarian? The debate between vegetarians and meat eaters continues. Some vegetarians often consider themselves superior, while meat eaters believe they have more energy and strength. However, in yogic science, food choices are not related to religion, philosophy, or ethics, but only to the compatibility between food and the body. If your goal is to have a robust body, you need to eat certain types of food, such as meat and high-protein foods. If you want your body to be alert, flexible, and capable of perceiving the universe, then a completely different diet is needed. So, what is the ideal food for you? Sadhguru suggests choosing the easiest to digest foods that are compatible with human nature. Animals are divided into 2 types: herbivores, which have digestive systems 5 to 6 times longer than their body length, while carnivores have digestive systems 2 to 3 times shorter. Specifically, raw meat takes 70 to 72 hours to digest, while raw vegetables only take 12 to 15 hours. Humans have jaw structures and digestive systems similar to herbivores, thus, they are more suited for chewing and digesting plant matter. Furthermore, meat decomposes in the acidic environment of the stomach, causing high bacterial activity and consuming a lot of body energy. Today's sedentary lifestyles make meat consumption even harder to digest, leading to stress and pressure on the body. When food remains in the stomach for too long, it weakens the body's ability to regenerate cells and increases the inertia of the energy system, negatively affecting health and personal potential. In reality, human eating habits today are often more social than health-driven, leading to the consumption of many incompatible foods at once. Moreover, many people overemphasize protein intake, while the body only needs 3% protein. Consuming large amounts of protein, especially from meat, can lead to cancer and other health problems. Meat also increases your need for sleep, reduces cellular regeneration, slows down the cognitive process, and is not conducive to spiritual development. If you must eat meat, fish is the best choice because it is easily digestible and leaves fewer imprints on the body. More evolved animals, especially mammals like cows, pigs, and dogs, carry more complex biological software that is difficult for the human body to integrate. When large animals are slaughtered, their meat contains a lot of acid due to extreme stress and fear, which negatively affects the person who eats it. Additionally, cooked food often destroys 80% to 90% of natural enzymes, forcing your body to work harder to digest and absorb. As a result, about 50% of the food becomes waste in the body. You should eat more raw foods, which contain many natural enzymes that help the body convert them into energy more efficiently. Importantly, you also need to chew thoroughly so that the food mixes well with enzymes in saliva, aiding 50% of digestion right in your mouth. And finally, a crucial point, reduce your portion sizes ***. Most people can reduce their food intake by 1/3 and still maintain energy levels and weight. Sadhguru advises against eating continuously throughout the day. If you are under 30, 3 meals a day are suitable. If you are over 30, you should reduce it to 2 meals. For the body and brain to function optimally, food needs to be completely digested within 12 to 18 hours. The human body has a natural cycle called a mandala, lasting 40 to 48 days. Within each cycle, the body will have 3 days when it doesn't need food. If you listen to your body, you will recognize these days and find it easy to fast. Even animals like dogs and cats have this ability. Incorrect fasting can be harmful, but if thoroughly prepared physically, mentally, and energetically, it can bring immense benefits. It can help you overcome identification with the physical body, expand awareness, and connect with deeper dimensions of yourself. Because when you are hungry, it is also when we tend to identify with the body most easily. Just waiting a few minutes before eating, you will realize you are more than just the body. Skipping a favorite meal can also help you free yourself from food dependency and strengthen your willpower. As the Buddha taught, when you are extremely hungry and still give food to others, you become stronger. In summary, the issue is not what to avoid eating, but what to eat appropriately and how much. This is not a matter of morality, but of awareness of life. Both you and I, each of us, need to find balance in our diet through observation and awareness itself, not through oaths or rigid rules. Appropriate fasting and conscious eating not only help improve health, but also purify the body, connecting us with deeper dimensions of existence. Next, let's talk about proper rest ***. We need to understand that the body needs relaxation more than sleep. If you can relax comfortably even during daily activities like working, walking, or exercising, your need for sleep will decrease. The problem is that today, people are too easily stressed by work, studies, family matters, maintaining relationships, and even exercise becomes stressful when we are overly eager to achieve desired measurements. Stress does not come from these activities themselves, but from your reaction to those situations. Don't strain yourself and fight against life. Achieving health is not a battle. Engage in activities you love, such as playing sports, swimming, walking, and running. Also, don't set rigid limits on the amount of sleep. Let your body decide based on your activity level. If the body is sufficiently rested, it will wake up automatically, whether it's 3, 4, or 8 a.m. Practicing yoga and meditation can help lower your heart rate. A lower heart rate, around 30 to 40 beats per minute, indicates that your body is functioning efficiently and relaxed. Additionally, you can practice Savasana, corpse pose, which helps the body completely relax and enhances its recovery ability daily. Finally, one last element for proper body care is ** sexuality, the physical union. Sadhguru states that existence is a cosmic dance between the unmanifest and the manifest. When manifestation occurs, duality emerges, light and shadow, male and female, birth and death. Duality always creates the diversity and color of this life. From duality, all things are born and the game of life begins. But from deep within us, the unmanifest is a longing for union. In youth, this longing manifests as sex. In middle age, it manifests as love. And in old age, this union is expressed through prayer. However, as long as this union is still through the physical body, it remains limited. Sexuality is the effort to unite two opposing poles. It only brings a temporary feeling of union in a romantic relationship. Even if common ground is found, two individuals cannot become one. In essence, sex is natural, but through societal exaggeration, once it enters the mind, it becomes distorted. Modern society dedicates too much energy to pursuing or avoiding sex, while it is primarily a tool for species perpetuation. Some religions once deemed sex a sin, leading to suppression and distortion of the perception of this biological instinct. True union lies not in denial or exclusion, but in the expansion of consciousness and connection with the universe. When you transcend all, yoga helps you achieve union at a higher level of consciousness. For example, when you practice the namaste gesture, bringing your two palms together, the masculine and feminine energies, yin and yang, within you combine, creating a sense of oneness. Join your hands and extend love to everything you use, eat, drink, or send love to every living creature you encounter. When you do everything simply with this awareness, your life experience will never be the same. When you bring your hands together, you can even connect with the entire cosmos. So having sexual needs is not wrong. It just needs to have limits, and these limits are not necessarily bad. If you accept the needs of the body, you can experience some joy. However, if you only live within those limits, your life will never be complete. When overly dependent on union through the physical body, this body only knows existence or reproduction, and the truth is that it is still gradually moving towards death. Death is simply the earth reclaiming what you have borrowed from it. And when you identify with the body, fears and anxieties inevitably arise because you know that one day you will lose it. But the truth is that death is not the end of life, but only the end of this physical body. Only when you overcome this identification will death no longer be a fear within you, and you will realize your eternal nature. When you combine all these elements, you will achieve optimal effectiveness in transforming the body into a gateway to enlightenment, a truly useful method for us living in today's noisy modern society.